Yo, welcome back to the Controllables interview series where we explore the mindset behind peak performance, all for Mental Health Awareness Month. Today's guest is Bryan Witzmann, a former NFL offensive lineman who played 9 seasons with teams like the Bears, Chiefs, and Vikings. He started 13 games at guard for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2017 and suited up against some of the greatest to ever play, like Aaron Donald in prime time. In this episode, Bryan shares what it means to truly control the controllables at the highest level, from battling pressure and doubt to showing up with a brick-by-brick mindset, even when the world is loud and the odds are stacked against you. Let's dive in. Question 1. When life felt out of control, what was one thing you chose to focus on that made all the difference?
Coming to terms with the things that I can't control. When I was playing, there were so many things going on around me that I really had no say over. And I had to say over effort I put in. I had to say over the work I put in. I had to say over what I did every day to get better and to improve. And I'd say that mindset shift of just not letting those things that you can't control take over your mind. I feel like it's such a huge thing. Building off of that, focusing on the day-to-day things, brick by brick, instead of trying to conquer the world at once. That was huge for me too, to just, I'm going to win this day. When I stack everything up at the end of the day, that's what's going to make the whole difference.
Bryan said something simple, but it's everything. Focus on what's yours to own, brick by brick, day by day. That's how you stay grounded when the outside world feels loud. Question 2, which of the controllables shaped your success the most and why?
I'd definitely say perspective. When you commit to your work and you commit to what you can control and what you can do every day, there's that perspective of, if I give everything else outside of me, I'm at peace with that. There's a peace that comes with you flipping a perspective of knowing, hey, what's for me will be for me if I give everything to this.
Perspective unlocks peace. Bryan knew that if he gave everything he had, the results would take care of itself. That's not passive, that's powerful. Question 3, can you tell me about a moment when your inner dialogue was the biggest thing you had to overcome?
I'd say one of my experiences where the inner dialogue was a tough thing to work through was going against Aaron Donald when I was with the Bears. We're going into what I believe was a Sunday night game, and this is Aaron Donald at his peak. I mean, I don't know how many sacks he had that year, but it was a lot. And you have potentially you have a first ballot Hall of Famer, the potentially the best player in the league at the moment, and that's who you're facing on a primetime game. And I think, kind of going back to perspective and going back to fighting through that, it's what a privilege it is for me to be in this situation, to perform against the best. What a privilege it is that I can show what I can do against the best, and that I can have and put in this situation to really shine. Framing it of all the positives that can come from this versus going down a potential rabbit hole of all the negatives. So it's really it's an underdog mentality too. I was undrafted, rising to the occasion, and knowing how much more this is gonna feel great at the end of the day when you're putting work against the best and you're delivering.
That's the moment most people fold, but Bryan flipped it. He didn't just battle one of the best players in the world that night. He battled the voice in his own head. He chose gratitude over fear. He reframed the moment as a privilege. And that shift, that's where mindset wins are made. Question 4, if you could go back and tell your younger self one thing about mindset, what would it be?
There were also some outside noises at that time, like my O-line coach, Coach Highstead, was not the best at building up my mindset before the game. So I had to fight that. I had to fight external factors as well that were not necessarily helping with my inner dialogue. Knowing that this is such a ripe occasion for me to succeed, because I knew I put in that work. I knew I did everything I could at practice and everything, put all the reps in, put all got all the film in, I was as prepared as I could be. I was just like, let's do this. This is my opportunity to shine.
Undrafted, counted out, but never unprepared. Bryan's story is proof that it's not about who believes in you, about what you believe in when the lights come on. And that starts all with the voice in your head. Drop a comment of the controllable you're leaning on the most this week. And if you want to build a mindset like Bryan's, grab your copy of the Controllables anywhere books are sold, or scan that QR code to get chapter 1 for free. Stay charged, and we'll see you in the next one.